Hello, recording. Marry me. This is Jen with Jen the Demonic, and I've got news for you. Today, we're going to do an obsession spell using the Adam and Eve oil. So, that is, if you don't have Adam and Eve, you can use rose oil, but this is really the type of spell where you need the Adam and Eve oil. You can buy it on Amazon. I don't think it costs you more than $7. So we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna teach you something really cool. It's an obsession spell, and it does work because I used to do this when I was a teenager, and then I didn't remember how to do it exactly. So I went back to my old notes because there's a heart that you need to draw and a little jar that you have to use. But I'm going to tell you all about it. Also, we do have a Coven Cast coming up, and lo and behold, open your ears, ding, 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 ring all your bells. It's a sex spell, and it's very, very cheap. I mean, it's for Coven Cast, it's a very good deal. It is done this coming May 19th at 5 p.m. So you can order until I believe May 19th at 3 p.m. because we need to get that going for 5. Everyone needs to be everyone's pictures need to be in. Everything has to be in by 3 so that we have everything forecasting by 5. We start at 5, and that is Pacific Western Time or Pacific Standard Time. So if you intend to order the sex spell, you should know that this sex spell is pretty powerful because it attaches it's a Wiccan and demonic, and attaches directly to their private parts. So it stimulates, we send energy directly, where. So I'm on YouTube, so I cannot be very specific, but you get the idea. It's very, very, very sensual, and you might feel it, and your target definitely will feel it because there's going to be some more feelings going on down there, if you know what I mean. So it's going to be a really cool spell to start the summer. After the pandemic, we're ready to go out and explore, and you have that special person in mind that maybe you want to get frisky with. And this spell might actually help you, and it's one night casting done by us. The only thing that we ask really, if you intend to order this sex spell, do so by sending pictures and info right away. There's an email there on the description listing. That's where you send your email, and with the names, say you put in the subject line, what is it? First quarter, new moon, or Venus sex spell. And then you say, hi, Aaron. Aaron's going to be the one that receives it and processes it. Hi, Aaron. My name is Jane Doe. I was born on, you probably will know your own date of birth. You don't necessarily need to give us your target date of birth if you don't have it or are unsure, but I'm sure you know when you were born. So you can put that down and say, this is me. And this is my target. His name is John Doe. By the way, this works for gay love, transgenders, male and females. So everyone can order this. It's because it really don't make me be too specific. It's geographical. Let's just put it that way. So it doesn't really matter, how you identify yourself. It's still very important to you to identify in any way you want. We totally respect that. We aim at a certain part of your body. That's as clear as I can be. And there are no dolls, so don't worry, there's no side effects. Because, by the way, there are sex spells that are done with voodoo and dolls that will get a lot of interesting time going on, but it will also give you UTIs and such. So there's no side effects here. this is a weekend, it has a weekend element, so it's perfectly safe. So if you intend to order, you order between today and I would say the idea would be to close all the orders on Monday evening or Tuesday evening. Tuesday evening will be the best. We don't want to get the last orders at 3 and having to process 1 hour before we go into casting. That's going to put us in a very bad mood. So just be mindful. When you send the email, you're going to say, hey, this is me, this is the guy, Please use that email only for sending pictures. Don't send 1,000 questions. Is this good for me? If you feel that you want to get, energetic with somebody, or in general, energetic sexually, that's a good spell. Just go for it. Go with your instinct, and we'll be happy to cast. Now, after we cast, we're going to send you an incantation that's customized to you. When we send you that incantation, you're going to say that incantation that same evening, whatever time is the evening, in wherever in the world you're located. You don't have to follow our Pacific Standard Time. Whenever you get in the email the incantation, we ask you to say it. Say it this evening before you go to bed. Say it tomorrow evening before you go to bed. Say the third evening before you go to bed. It's a very powerful incantation. I know it should be said for 7 nights. Many of my clients cannot say that one for 7 nights. They keep getting a lot of, they get energetic, let's put it that way, and they get like a little bit anxious. So if you feel like after the third night that's okay, then we're good there. But you can always repeat it at your leisure. That's going to be your incantation. That's the incantation that we use for you during casting. So that's going to be yours regardless. You can always use it if you like. We have a lot of different formulas here. If one of our formulas did not do the best, maybe this one will, because every target is different, remember? Now, let's talk about the obsession spell. This is, one thing that I want to keep everyone, I want for everyone to know something about, because everyone gets really enthusiastic about obsession spells, and they're really pretty. I love getting someone obsessed. But here's one thing, folks. Obsession spells, any obsession spell, it's a mind spell. I mean, that means that unless the target is completely crazy and acts on everything that comes on his or her mind, most likely this person might get super obsessed with you, but you're not going to see the effects. What you're going to need is an obsession spell that also will tell the target to kind of act on the obsession that he receives. And that's a little more complicated. For that, you need a professional caster. This will get people obsessed because I've done this. I used to do this in high school. And I did get people obsessed. It did get people to follow me and, some interesting thing going on. But it's something that's very simple that you can do. And if you have an eye on someone and you want to place an obsession spell on this person, by all means, what do you need and what do you need to say, right? What do you need and what do you need to say? So what you need to, for this spell, let me make sure that I have all the ingredients here. You're going to need, for the obsession spell, you're going to need the piece of paper, preferably white. It really is not, there's really not a lot of, let's just say, not a lot of sophistication here. By the way, some Indian, like from India, spells do use this technique. I'm going to tell you in a minute what we do with what you're going to do, actually, because this is something that you're going to do at home. So you're going to do a heart. You're going to draw a heart with the red ink. right? That needs to be red. Don't use any other. Don't use any other. A regular piece of paper. This is why it was done in high school, because that's a notebook, as you can tell. So that's what I used to use when I had a crush on someone. Folks, it does work. Don't laugh at me, because I've done this many times when I was little. So, and then the Adam and Eve oil. Now, I love the Adam and Eve oil. It's one of my favorites. I talk a lot about the Come to Me oil, and sometimes the Adam and Eve oil gets confused with the Come to Me oil, but they serve two very different purposes. So you're gonna need also a piece of paper towel, okay, and a jar. Let me rewind, and then there's a formula, of course, that I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna put it right down here. Once more, what do we need? Piece of paper where you're going to draw a heart with the names, and I'm going to tell you everything about the names. Don't draw your heart yet. You're going to need the Adam and Eve oil. You can do this at any time, by the way. No, it's not moon specific. A little jar. Why a little jar? I'm going to tell you in a second. And a piece of paper towel. The little jar is because you're going to do this more than once. When I was in high school, again, it turns out that I noticed that things were starting to get frisky with this guy, in my case, it was a guy, after 5 times that I did this. So 5 pieces of papers. So what I remember doing that kind of actually worked, I did it the first time, right? Because it was a tryout. Then I put it in the jar and put it in, you kind of fold it towards you. I'm going to tell you everything about it. You put it in the jar, and then you put it in the back of your closet. So you don't look at it. It's in a dark place. It's there. And then I noticed that in the next 10 days, I would get more communication from that target, right? So I'm like, So I guess if that thing that I did, so I repeated that with another piece of paper 2 weeks after. And when I did it 2 weeks after, another piece of paper went in this jar, right? No particular order, I didn't put anything in it other than the pieces of papers with my name and his. And then I noticed that the more I would do this, the more I would actually get attention from the guy, So I remember that after 5 that I did this, I started doing them then after the first 2 weeks. I did it like once a week. And after 5, I noticed that he asked me out. He asked me, why don't we have dinner? Like, let's have dinner. Let's have a study time together. And we did. And then after that we met again. So I kept doing that because I kept seeing that this was working, right? So if you see that your contact with the target is increasing, do it again and again and again. So again, you're not paying anyone to do this. You can do this in your own home, and you can experiment how well or not works for you. And so I noticed that after I did this, like I was at like 14 times, I actually slept with the guy. It came over one night. We had dinner, and after dinner we just rocked the Casbah, so to speak. And so I kept doing this, and I had like at the end of it, I had like 20 plus pieces of papers in here. And then I didn't like the guy anymore, but it was, forgive me, this wasn't the love of my life. I was in high school. So this is a simple love spell. If you are a kid that wants to try this, by all means. I cannot answer questions to minors, so please be mindful. We cannot deal with minors. So if you're telling me I'm in high school and my crush, sorry, we don't answer. We cannot, by law, we can't deal with minors. So what are the logistics of this? It is important that you draw on a piece of paper, a heart, with the hand that you always write. So I'm left-handed. So I'm going to use my left hand. And again, you don't have to be a Picasso. You just have to draw enough of a heart that the heart touches and the circle is closed. Now, in the heart, don't put date of birth or anything, just his first name, last name, your first name, and last name. So in other countries that are not the US, for the most part, you guys always have the first name and the last name, or the first name and the surname, however you want to say about the last name. So if your name is Jane Doe, and you're wanting to, and your target is John Doe, you're gonna write John Doe, Jane Doe, no, and that is it. That's that. You're gonna draw a heart, and you're gonna say, you're gonna write John Doe, Jane Doe. That's it, right? Cool. Are we cool till now? I think it's pretty simple, right? Now in America, we're a little more complicated, because in America we have middle names, we have double last names, or whatever, what have you, because we like to complicate ourselves, our lives here. So John Daniel, I'm just making this up, John Daniel Doe, Jane Marie Doe. If Jane Marie is Jane Marie Doe Smith, then Jane Marie Doe Smith, you know, because in America we also have double last names sometimes. So whatever, all the names and last names of birth have to be in here. Now, what if the person is married? You just put also the married name. So if you are John Doe wanting Jane Doe, and Jane Doe is married, so you're gonna put Jane Marie Doe Smith, if Smith is her married name. Is it clear? The name, the circle, the heart, it's there, perfect. Now I'm gonna use the simple one, the one with just first name and last name on it, right? Please do not write nicknames, okay? So if this guy is, I don't know, Bud Doe, no, don't put Bud. I'm pretty sure you know that his name at birth could have not been Bud unless his mom was on something. So you gotta find out the actual name of the dude, okay? And if you're in school with the guy and you're a high schooler or a college kid, most likely you can go on Canvas, or you can go on whatever it is that you're taking classes, look down to where all the names are, and you'll probably find his real name. It can be Bud, okay? So it has to be the full name, you know? Okay, you got it? Now for explanatory purposes, we're gonna use the one that is that has less names on it. Then you're gonna grab your Adam and Eve. I love Adam and Eve. Sometimes, you know what I do? I just do this. I wear it as a perfume, and I rub it, and I keep rubbing it. And you can do that before the next step. After you draw your heart, you rub it on your wrist, and think about this target wanting you. Don't do the reverse, okay? Don't think about you wanting the target. You know I don't want you to do that. Think about the target wanting you, desiring you, looking at you. Think that you are Jane Doe and you're wanting John Doe, and John Doe looks at you, Jane Doe, and says, my God, Jane Doe, you're so hot. I desire you so much. You imagine your target telling you all these good things to you and touching you all over your body. That's how you reverse it, by the way. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to watch the other videos that I recently made. Then you grab your paper towel, and you're going to pour a little bit of Adam and Eve, you know, just like, you know, let's just say you're putting perfume on your target. And then you're just going to anoint the piece of paper. Let me see if I can show you. You anoint the piece of paper with the Adam and Eve. And as you anoint the piece of paper with the Adam and Eve, you're gonna go like, tap it, okay? Tap it is you're calling the soul of your target. You're calling the surrounding field of your target. With love, I call you John Doe. And I whisper to you, I love you, following the love that reaches you, following the love that reaches you. John Doe, that love will lead you to me, silently and gently. Let my person cross your mind. Think of me day and night, John Doe. Think of me day and night, John Doe. If it does not harm anyone, so be it. And that's it. That's your spell. Okay? And that's actually pretty cool. Now you're going to hold it towards you in any way you want. But as long as it folds nicely and in a very, very tight fashion, put it in here. Close the jar. Put it in your closet and see what happens. Now, another thing, folks, after this is done, don't start looking at your phone saying, oh my God, you know, this guy, it's nothing's happening here. Nothing's happening. That is going to just, don't do that, please, don't do that. And so if you're getting a little bit obsessed with this, when you're getting obsessed about this guy or this girl, reverse it. Think of this person getting obsessed with you, and so you say, John Doe needs me. John Doe wants me. John Doe loves me and no one else. I am everything John Doe needs. And you imagine John Doe needing you badly, like he never needed any other woman before. That's how you reverse it. And you'll find out that that little obsession that you have will sort of like be mitigated a little. Does that make sense? Okay, let's recap. What have I done today? I grabbed a piece of paper. I drew a heart with a red ink. And then I put a little bit of Adam and Eve oil onto my wrists. And while imagining the target, you know, getting very sexually attracted to me, then I put a little bit of Adam and Eve oil onto the names that I've already put on the heart. And I recited the formula that I'm going to put down below. And after that, you fold it towards you and you put it into a jar and you put it in the closet. Observe for 2 weeks. Don't be too invested in it, please. Just go about your life. Think about how lovely and wonderful and super, super exceptional you are. Please don't think about your target after this every 5 minutes. It's like you have done nothing. So just go about your life. Go out, find somebody. You never know. It might bring somebody else that's even better, but that's not the purpose. The purpose is the target. And then if you get some contact during the following 2 weeks, then repeat it after 2 weeks. And then maybe if you get more, you repeat it until your desired goal is reached, whatever that goal might be. But you have to have the right state of mind. So what else have I said today? That we're having a Coven Cast on May 19th. That we're casting a sex spell that's going to be very direct, you know, very geographical, quote unquote, and that everyone can do, everyone can order, as long as you are prompt in sending pictures and names, as I told you. And we're going to cast this starting at 5 p.m. on May 19th. It's going to be a Coven Cast, so very powerful. And after that, what am I going to do? I'm going to send you an incantation that is specific to you that you're going to say for at least 3 nights. And with that, I'll leave you. That's a lot for today, don't you think? And please enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I think it's going to be fantastic. This is Jen with Jen and Demonic, and I'll talk to you soon. Please remain safe in the meantime.